love, sweet. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife and today I am taking the Love Hearts book tag that was created by What's Jess Reading. The Love Hearts are such a big part of like Irish and UK like corner shop sweet culture that when I saw this tag I knew that it was something I wanted to do. I love the little messages that you can get on Love Hearts and you like fire them across the classroom to your friends, or you give them to like somebody that you have a crush on, or you try and get somebody to go away with them. I haven't eaten a packet of Love Hearts in such a long time, but I can still remember like the sugary texture and the sherbety texture of them. So when I saw this tag, I knew that it was the perfect thing to do around Valentine's Day. The first question is, what is your all-time favorite romance? And I think it's The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, mainly for the reason that it is the first book that got me into steamy romances. I really loved this massage scene that is a little bit of the way through the book. I still think about it to this day. I don't know if it's like really top of the list for me, but it is the one that I have the best feelings for. As I said, because it was kind of my stepping stone into romance. It was kind of my stepping stone into steamy romances. It was kind of the first adult contemporary romance book that I think I remember reading when I was coming away a little bit from YA books and when I was trying to expand what I was reading a little bit more. The next question is, be happy. What is a book that makes you happy every single time that you read it? I've reread it maybe 2 or 3 times, once as an audiobook, and every single time I read I Heart New York by Lindsay Kelk, it just puts a massive smile on my face, because I have the kind of feeling that if Angela can do it, so can anyone else. If Angela can restart her entire life from the breakdown of her relationship, anyone else can do it. If Angela can move to a new city and set up a whole new life for herself, get a new career, get new friends, new surroundings, new everything, anyone else can do it. If Angela can find love, anyone else can do it. This is the first in an 8-part series, and I haven't reread all of the books that are in the I Heart series. I have reread a couple of them, and I'm trying to make a collection of all of the ones that I have so far, but I think I Heart New York is just the one that means the most to me. Question 3A is, date me, and who is a character that you would date? And again, I think I'm going to go for Angela Clark, because we seem to be quite similar. We seem to have kind of similar backgrounds, similar upbringing, similar family situations, in that we both have a brother, we both have mothers who can be a little bit out there at times. We both have a really good relationship with our dads, but also we both have similar things that have happened to us in our lives. We have both left our home countries, gone to another country, gone to another culture, another experience, set up our own lives there. And I feel like that is something that we would have in common that could be a kind of a tie between the two of us. I feel like when you have something in common like that, it kind of brings you together a little bit closer than you would have been otherwise. So maybe that is something that Angela and I can bond over and build a really good relationship from. Question 3B is, text me. Have you ever, or would you ever date a non-reader? And I have in the past. I have dated non-readers in the past, and it's not something that I am completely against. It's not something that I'm like, I'm not going to date you if you don't read. I'm not going to date you if you don't have like a massive collection of books. That's not something that I'm going to do, because everybody has different things that they are interested in. Mine just happens to be books. Yours could be sports, yours could be video games, yours could be board games, yours could be literally anything. I feel like as long as you have a hobby that you are interested in, that you are invested in, that you spend time on, that you are interested and excited to tell other people about it, then what's the harm? Also, I don't really see a problem in if you are dating a non-reader but you are a reader yourself. I don't really see a problem in one of you curled up at the couch reading and the other one curled up on the couch playing a video game or watching a football game or playing a board game on their phone. It doesn't really matter to me that we're both doing different things. It's just nice to do different things together, if you get what I mean. Question 4 is, dream on. What is your favorite setting for a romance book, and what would be your favorite setting for a date? And the answer for both of these is actually the same thing, and it is a cafe in a small town. I really love books that are set in a cafe in a small town. Maybe the main character is the owner of the cafe and the cafe is going under, so they need to concentrate on the cafe, but tall, dark, handsome stranger walks into the room and their energy is completely shifted to them. Or that they just work in the cafe, that they come into the cafe now and then to sit and read or write or sew or bake or whatever. I really love books that are set in that kind of cozy environment, and it's something that I definitely look for if I'm going out on a date. I like me and the person that I'm with to be able to sit together in a quiet little corner, sat between a table with some drinks there, with some food that we can snack on, getting to know each other, talking. All of that thing, I really love the idea of it. Question 5 is Kiss Me, your favorite romantic scene from book, and I think I have to again go for the massage scene in The Unhoneymooners. Like I said, it was the first scene that really kind of introduced me to a really steamy romantic idea. But there was something about this one that just felt like there was the kind of a breakdown of walls between Olive and Ethan, that they were really starting to get to know each other. They were becoming a little bit more comfortable in each other's company, and that is definitely something that I really loved seeing. Also, I can't deny that it is just that little bit spicy, that it's the exact level of spice or the exact level of steam that I really look for in a book. It's something that, like I said, I think about it now and then, and I haven't reread this book in a while, but I think I'm going to go back to it at some stage and just see how I get on with it this time. Question 6 is Let's Party. Who are 3 book characters that you would invite to a party and why? I think I would have to go with Angela and with Jenny Lopez from the iHeart series, because they seem to have such a great friendship. They seem to really get along with each other, but also they are very welcoming, they're very friendly, they're very warming to other people. So I feel like if I knew that I was coming to New York, for example, that if I called them up and said, I'm coming here to the city for the first time, I don't really know what's going on, I don't really know what to do, where to go, where to eat, they would probably sit me down and say, okay, you need to have food here, you need to go shopping here, this is where you can get your books, this is something that you need to see, this is like an insider tip. So I feel like that would be a really nice party atmosphere to have. But somebody else that I think I would invite is Olive from The Unhoneymooners, because again, we seem to be quite similar people in that luck doesn't always go our way. So I feel like we would have some really interesting stories to tell each other about things that had happened to her before the start of the book, or things that had happened to me in my life. I feel like we could almost get into a one-upmanship kind of a situation of whose life was worse up to now. But I also feel like the 3 of them would get along really well as well. So if I was having a dinner party, I think that's who I would invite. Question 7 is You Rock. And romance book that you would recommend to somebody who doesn't read, or who doesn't read romance, or who is starting out with the genre. Not a book, an entire series. The Brown Sister Trilogy by Talia Hibbert. I absolutely adore these. I worship the ground that the 3 sisters walk on, and there is definitely something for everybody in here. It has phenomenal representation of people who are struggling with mental health issues, of chronic illnesses, of characters who are people of color, of being on the autism spectrum, of bisexuality. I absolutely adore the books for that reason, but also because they are so funny, because they are so well written. There is so much heart, there is so much love in the pages, but also they will make you split your sides laughing. And there is definitely a trope for everybody in here. So there is enemies to lovers, there is grumpy sunshine, there is friends to lovers, there is fake dating. There's everything that you can think of in these books, and I absolutely adore them. I feel like everybody has a favorite brown sister, and everybody has a favorite brown sister book, and they're not always the same. For me, for example, my favorite brown sister book is Take a Hint, Danny Brown, but I think my favorite of the sisters is actually Eve Brown. But this is a series that I would absolutely shove into the hands of every single reader who is looking to start with contemporary romance. The final question is Be Mine. What is a book that you really want to own or read? It is a book that I already own, so it's going to be one that I really want to read, but it's After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This year, I really want to read all of her contemporary romance backlist books, because I've already read all of the historical books and I've absolutely loved them. So I've got 2 of her contemporary romance reads already, and this is going to be the 3rd one when I get to it, and I am so interested in the concept of this. It's about Lauren and Ryan, who've been married for a year and things aren't really going so well for them. So they decide to take a break, go for a year of no contact, take each other out of each other's lives, and just see how they end up, if they want to come back after a year, if they feel differently, if they feel the exact same. And I'm so excited to see what's going to happen. Every book of Taylor Jenkins Reid that I've read so far, I've absolutely loved it. So I'm really hoping that this one is not going to buck the trend. Those were my answers to the Love Hearts book tag. In the spirit of Rom-Comathon being this week, I am going to tag my 2 co-hosts, Michelle and Brie, to take this tag if they would really like to do so. What is your favorite thing to eat for Valentine's? What is your favorite kind of Valentine's treat or snack? If you'd like to leave me a comment but you can't think of anything that you like to say, then just leave me the sparkling heart emoji. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.